Hello again, everyone. Barry Hyatt here in Scottsville at the University of Kentucky Extension Office with my good friend Janet Johnson, who is gearing up for root vegetables today, you tell me, I think.
I tell you, Barry, it's fall of the year. It's a beautiful color season. It's gorgeous. We're heading into that pre-winter sort of season. So why not do a hot dish that you can actually roast in the oven, or you can use your grill one more time before it gets a little too cold. But it's good to use the grill year round, and this is an example of one. So what we're promoting, Barry, is the idea of taking advantage of those great vegetables that come out of the ground, okay?
Thus root.
Thus root, yes. And so what are roots? Potatoes of all types, and sweet potatoes, of course, are one of those favorites this time of year. And we're going to be using sweet potatoes today, but we're going to kind of marry up some cousins, some root vegetable cousins. And Barry, I'm going to show here an unusual root vegetable that I bet a lot of people say, well, that's a big carrot, right? You know?
Well, it's big, but it's not a carrot,
It's
right?
big, but it's not a carrot. This is a parsnip, and a parsnip is the cousin of the carrot. It is white, and you can see, and like a potato, when you cut it, it will turn dark if you don't treat it with either put it in salt water or use it immediately.
Okay,
so know that you kind of treat it like a potato when you use it. But it's a great vegetable that has a kind of sweet, celery, nutty flavor.
Okay.
It's different, but it's
Honestly,
really good.
I've never tried one.
Well,
have to be honest.
hey, we're going to let you try one today too. And instead of doing, again, more potatoes, we're going to take a favorite root vegetable, and that's a beet at this time of the year. Now, a beet is a cousin to a turnip. And I bet a lot of people out there are enjoying some turnip greens this time of year.
Oh, yes.
And like, again, its cousin, the turnip, the beet greens are edible.
Which, again, I did not know. Two things I've learned already today.
You can cook these just like you do turnips, and I mean, you can see how they look just alike,
They
you know,
do.
when you do
Most
that.
certainly.
So we're going to peel this beet, and we're going to use this in this medley. I tell you, Barry, I love these grilled. Love them grilled. They are so good and sweet and tasty, and a lot of people get beets, I'm sure, on the salad bar, or do you pass them over?
No, I get them.
Oh, well, they're really good, but this is going to crisp them up and give them a whole different texture. So what we've done, this recipe that you're going to show everybody or put on the website is a gigantic recipe. It calls for basically using 6 medium beets. Well, you know, that's okay. 2 large sweet potatoes and 3 parsnips. Now, depending on the size, now that's a large parsnip right there. So I would urge you to just take a large parsnip, a large sweet potato, and maybe 3 beets.
Okay.
And kind of let that do that.
Sure.
Because what I want to do is fill up a large cookie sheet or a baking sheet.
Sure.
That's what I'm all about. And so what we've got is a mixture of peeled and cut beets, sweet potatoes, and parsnips in this gallon reclosable bag, okay? So what we have is the ability to kind of, you can use as many vegetables as you want or a mixture. And so if you wanted to add a turnip inside, you could add a turnip and do that. And, but anyway, so know that you take the recipe you'll show and kind of cut that down if it's just 1 cookie sheet you want to do.
Okay.
Because the recipe will actually give you almost 3 cookie sheets, and we'll show the size of the sheet that I'm talking about. Again, it's this size baking sheet, so that's a lot of vegetable, you know, on there. So what we do is that we just spray or grease, again, the baking pan. Get that ready, and then we're going to put vegetables in a reclosable bag, and we're going to be adding olive oil to these vegetables. Now that's about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I generally just kind of shake in.
So you just put it in the Ziploc bag?
In the bag, that's what I'm doing, and then I'm going to reclose the bag. And what I do is just kind of work the olive oil around the vegetables. Now you could put them in a large bowl if you wanted to do that, and drizzle the oil, and then stir them. But sometimes vegetables run away on me. They kind of jump out of the bowl. So all I'm doing is just kind of mashing and turning and coating And I love this as any way to coat things to get ready to roast or even put on the grill.
That's a great idea.
Now, you could actually, if you have one of those nice little grill baskets, you could spread these and you could grill them if you wanted to do that. Sometimes I will actually just put these in the microwave for a minute if I'm going to grill them so that they will cook faster on the grill and tenderize them. But if we're going to bake them, again, here's what we're doing. Okay, we're just spreading them on the dish. Now, beets are colorful, as you can see. And what they will do immediately is turn your parsnips pink. Okay? So
the pink ones obviously are the parsnips.
Those are the parsnips. If you use beets with anything, what you're immediately going to see is that whatever they touch, they are going to coat.
Even your hands.
Even your hands. So you may want to even keep, if you don't want your parsnips pink, you could actually put your beets in separately.
Okay.
After you coat them with oil, they do not coat and do that. So if that bothers you to have a pink parsnip, then just kind of do your beets separate, okay?
Sure.
So we've got them on the baking dish, and you can see how many that we have there. And then we're simply going to sprinkle those with salt and pepper, okay? And I like to use seasoned pepper because it has that nice dried sweet pepper flake in it. Okay, so what we're going to do is get these going, and we'll get these ready for the oven. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to let you kind of stir, Barry, because you could eat these just as is when they come out of the oven. But why do just as is when you can make a secret little sauce that's really good to put over them and drizzle over these vegetables, and we'll show you. You start with a white vinegar. Now you can use just a plain white vinegar, but if you want it to be a sweeter type of dressing, try a white balsamic vinegar, a white wine vinegar, or a rice vinegar. Just a light vinegar, okay? So I've used the white balsamic vinegar today. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually do, again, about 1/3 cup of the vinegar. And I'll let you go ahead and add the oils over there, too. And in fact, I already had some vinegar actually poured for you there, about 1/4 cup. So let's just measure in here and get 1/3 cup and get that going. Okay. And again, you can do a little more or a little less, depending upon how tart that you want to make this. So there's your vinegar, and then you're going to add about 1/4 cup of olive oil or another type of lighter oil that you have available. And then we're going to be adding a little Dijon mustard. And put that in. And this calls for about a tablespoon, so I just kind of squeeze it in and say, okay, that's about enough right there. And we put that in. And then we're going to do the same with some horseradish sauce. Now, if
that's spicy here, I think.
If you want it to be really spicy, just use the straight horseradish. Okay. I'm trying to be a little less spicy. Okay, so I'm using the horseradish sauce that looks like mayonnaise. Okay. So, but if you really want it to kick up the horseradish flavor, as we said, what you'll do is get just plain horseradish. Yeah, that'll do it.
I can smell it right now.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The sinuses are becoming a little bit unstopped, I think.
Yeah, and this is not as spicy as all that. So some oil and vinegar, and then we've got our mustard and our kind of horseradish mayo. And then we're going to add a little salt and pepper. Now, I'm going to make it a little sweeter. You could stop here and have a savory sauce, okay? I'm going to add a little honey. A little honey to make it a little sweeter because we have those nice sweet root vegetables that's going to come right out of the oven. And I'm going to let you kind of whisk that together, Barry, and we're going to pour a little honey in as you're whisking. Okay. And how much honey? A couple of teaspoons or more, depending on what you like, okay? And we're getting that on the whisk. Going to make sure we get it down in there. So that's okay. Just keep going there. There you go. And honeys, of course, come in different flavors depending on where the bees got their pollen. So we've talked about that before.
We have.
So it just kind of depends on the type of honey that you have locally or that you buy on the flavor that the honey will actually give here.
What kind of honey did you use for this?
Well, we used a clover honey. This is a local honey by one of the Allen County beekeepers, Harris Overholt, and he does a white clover honey a lot. It's a lighter honey. So that's the one we're using today. So you're just kind of whisking that together now. By the magic of TV, we're going to pull out some root vegetables that have been roasted, and aren't those nice?
Wow, looks beautiful.
They're really pretty and they're gorgeous. And we'll go ahead and put our root vegetables in. But now here's where I did not allow the beets to get in contact here, Barry. Can you see the difference?
Yes, I can tell the difference.
Yeah. The
Parsnip
is not as pink because I did the beets separately, and then after I got it coated with oil, put them in, and but you can see the difference, can't you?
I can.
You can, and that's what it looks like. And
very colorful, very pretty.
it's a beautiful, beautiful combination. And then all you would need to do is simply put these on a nice serving platter, and we'll show that. We'll kind of plate it up here in a moment.
Sure.
And we'll have your dressing there on the side, and we'll kind of drizzle some of that over then.
Yeah.
So it's a great fall recipe. Like I said, this is wonderful, a wonderful side. Be great with your last minute grill meats this time of the year.
Sure.
Excellent, excellent side vegetable, and you can vary the roots.
How does that look?
That looks great, yeah.
Okay.
You just kind of whisk it, you know,
You're a little
until
more
it's
forceful than I am.
smooth. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing that just to make sure that we get everything mixed. But this is a nice little sauce that's really good to pour over a lot of different things, but especially this. It'd also be good over your turnip greens.
Oh, I bet so.
Yeah, as a different kind of sauce over those as well. So roasted root vegetables is what we're promoting this month.
Very good. And you said you could serve that with pretty much anything you would like, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Great with grilled meats. Could even serve it with a pot roast this time of the year that you pull out of the crock pot and have like that. So it's a great, great side dish. We urge you to take advantage of all those different medleys of root vegetables.
Most certainly. And of course, and you can get all those in local grocery stores.
You
if
can.
You don't buy them from the farmer's market even.
Absolutely, absolutely. Definitely available.
Well, before we wrap it up, let's talk about next month just real quickly.
Yes, Thanksgiving is almost here. And so we cannot have Thanksgiving without pie, but how about if we varied a pumpkin pie with a cushaw pie?
Okay, tell me what a cushaw pie
A winter squash, that's
Okay.
a cousin to the pumpkin, but we'll show you how to make a cushaw pie next time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds great. We look forward to that. And hey, if you guys would like this recipe, you can get it so easily. You can just email me at North Central. My email address is barry.hyatt@nctc.com, or you can just simply go to our website. It's www.nctc.com. We will make sure it's there and you can get it. And you know, one feature, Janet, that we've been starting here recently on nctc.com, well, not only do we have like the recipe there, you know, printed out for you, but we've actually included the video, like our video that we're doing.
Great.
So you
Wonderful.
can actually look at the ingredients and then watch and go along as you're telling everybody how to do that.
Excellent. We can go through the steps,
So
step by
it's
step.
pretty simple
Yes,
and fun.
great.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you next month.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again very soon.